very own, very, very talented music teacher, renowned for orchestrating the college's famous annual Christmas concert, Mr. Sheldon Morales.
Yeah.
Forged from the love of liberty in the fight of hope and prayer, we found that faith in our destiny. We solemnly declare, side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our life to thee, every green and red find the one place and make God bless our nation. Every green and red find the one place and make God bless our nation.
The opening prayer will now be led by Mrs. Crystal Pedro, Dean of Form 4, and an excellent English and literature teacher whose spiritual influence is well respected and appreciated in the college.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please bow your heads in prayer. Thank you, Lord, for all that has led to this wonderful day. Bless us as we set out together on a journey of exploration and adventure of discovery. It is with great anticipation, joy, and hope that we greet our students and parents. With them, we enter into a remarkable period in the life of Presentation College Chabonas. Bless the wisdom, talents, diversity, and novelty
Miss, excuse you, just muted your mic.
Okay, maybe I should start over because I wasn't really hearing very well. Okay, so we'll start again. Please bow your heads in prayer. Thank you, O Lord, for all that has led to this wonderful day. Bless us as we set out together on a journey of exploration and adventure of discovery. It is with great anticipation, hope, and joy that we greet our students and parents. With them, we enter into a remarkable period in the life of Presentation College Chabonas. Bless the wisdom, talents, diversity, and novelty that they bring and will share. O Lord, we give to you all our hopes, worries, and fears as these lovely students start school. We pray that you will fill their hearts with excitement and calm their worries with your love. Please go before them, help them make friends, enjoy the activities, and build relationships with their peers and teachers. Help them to explore, and as they do so, may they grow in confidence and independence. We pray for all teachers at this institution. Help them to bring out the best in those that they welcome today. Help them to foster their students' academic endeavors and to be receptive to the fresh ideas. Help all teachers to be gracious and supportive guides to all their chapters. Father, Lord, we pray for all who are affected by coronavirus in our beautiful Twin Island nation and around the world through illness or isolation or anxiety, that they may need relief and recovery. And for those of the presentation family who have passed away, we ask that their souls rest in peace, and we implore you to give their families the strength they need during this difficult time. Finally, Lord, help all members of the presentation family to do your work by doing their work with excellence and reverence. Oh God, may you continue to bless our shared mission and our wonderful college. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Ms. Pedro. We will now hear from our esteemed principal, Mr. Brian Simon.
Can make it all there.
Entirely stressful.
So, share this with
Share. It's awesome share.
Congratulations for new students, your success at the SCA examination. Journey has been a long and tiring one. Really strong survivor. Let's give them a well-deserved round of applause. My name is Brian Simon, and I feel very privileged this afternoon, happy to address you as principal of this prestigious and growing institution, and to extend greetings on behalf of the entire presentation family. I am the 11th principal to serve at Presentation College Bonus since its inception.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Talk about it on.
Share some.
Second needs
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. We have to revert to normal procedures rather than rely on a pre-recorded video clip. Because the internet is wavering and so on. Good afternoon, everyone. Our apologies again. Madam Vice Principal, Mrs. Simongal, President of the PTAB, Mr. Ian Edwards, Form 1 Dean, Mr. Rashad Murikan, teachers, parents, guardians, and of course our students. Congratulations to our new students, their success at the SCA examinations. The journey has been a long one, and only the strong survive. So let's give them a round of applause, well deserved. My name is Brian Simongal, and I feel very privileged and pleased this afternoon to address you as principal of this prestigious and noble institution. I extend greetings on behalf of the entire presentation family, Catholic Education Board of Management, and the Ministry of Education. This is a special event for you all. I mean, it puts me back some years ago where, in fact, I didn't have this opportunity. We came into school, we registered, and the next time I saw school was the first day of school on, I guess, sometime in the first week of September that year. I'm the 11th principal to serve Presidential College Chaguanas since its inception in March 1959. This year, as it was last year, there are many parents among us who are old boys and old girls of this college, and many of whom I and some senior teachers, including our vice principal, would have had the privilege of teaching. We also have in our presence 2 teachers whose children would have been successful at the exams and would have joined us this year. This makes us very proud and very happy, yet it reminds us of our age. The challenge that educators, parents, and especially you students faced this year was unprecedented. It took a lot of physical and mental endurance, perseverance, and prayers to get you to this point. For this, there are many people to be thankful to. Your primary school teachers, family members, and most importantly, your parents. To you parents, this is one of the many milestones in your son's academic career that you would have planned for, pursued aggressively, worried over, and prayed hard for. So congratulations once again. Presidential College is a denominational Catholic school steeped in tradition and rich in culture. We fall under the Catholic Education Board of Management, headed by the Archbishop of Port of Spain. With humble beginnings in a carrot shed in the old Catholic Church, under the name Pamphilian High, transforming to the College of St. Philip and St. James, and eventually, under the stewardship of the Presentation Brothers, moved over in March 1959 to our current location, brand new Presentation College Chaguanas. We continue to make our mark in the educational landscape as it was in the past. Despite its Catholic ethos, Catholic worship is not forced on any student. Instead, all students are welcome to participate in Holy Mass celebration, which will normally be held at the start and end of each term. Students are also encouraged to worship in their respective faiths. This is all part of their holistic development and helps to promote discipline, inclusiveness, and tolerance. Our teaching staff comprises 40 teachers, 11 of whom form the middle management team, of which there are 7 deans and 4 heads of department. Every form level has a dean, and every class has 1 form master or form mistress. A college prefect is also assigned to each class. Also assigned to our school is a guidance counselor and a shared social worker. We offer a 40-week period under normal circumstances on a 5-day cycle, but with the online approach, students would have 4 one-hour periods daily in a 10-day cycle. And this begins next week, Monday. This, of course, may change in October to 5 50-minute periods daily on an 8-day cycle, depending on instructions given by the Ministry of Education. Traditionally, the day starts with a vibrant morning assembly, which is conducted mainly by students and guided by the form teacher. Each class starts with a prayer and ends also with one. However, we now have to rely solely on classroom prayers during the day. Teaching and learning has shifted from the virtual world, starting with this meeting and continuing into the classroom. And as you can well tell, we do have technical glitches at times. To succeed at this new paradigm, we have to equip ourselves as educators. We now have to enhance our IT skills, become competent with new teaching styles, using platforms like Zoom, Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams in order to deliver the curriculum. Students also have to be familiar with uploading their schoolwork and their assignments, so some training will have to be done in cases where there's a deficiency. Parents are now forced to dig deep into their pockets and equip children with learning tools. At home, they must spend more time with their children in strengthening and forging bonds of trust and communication, as well as monitoring. At school, we encourage a partnership with the PTAB and getting enlisted in activities that will enhance the learning environment, and is also something I would strongly recommend as our PTAB would in a short while promote. More will be said later on. As I mentioned, communication is key, and we offer several options. First, we like to maintain an open door policy at school. It's very unlikely if you drop in, you'll be turned away. We also have a text messaging platform to send brief messages when necessary. The college website also offers some detailed updates, and most importantly, each student has been assigned a college email account. This had proven to be the primary way of disseminating information last year. The PTAB will also network via parents. Each class will have a parent rep, and some teachers may actually opt to share their contact information with parents and students. At this point, permit me to touch briefly on conflict resolution. The first rule of thumb is for us to keep each other in the loop. Secondly, allow us to handle the situation. We have found that when parents try to resolve matters with other parents, even if they are good friends, the situation worsens. We have experience on our side. Our college prefect, form teacher, dean, guidance counselor, vice principal, principal, a multifaceted approach is adopted. In addition, we have eyes and ears everywhere. The cafe workers, school security, cleaners, and as you step outside the college compound, the entire community of Shoguners. And more will be said about that by a small input from our community police officers, the team headed by Sergeant J.C. Small. Truly, it takes a village to raise a child. To you students, a lot is required to you given your age and maturity, but I'm confident that you are capable. Learning remotely requires a lot of self-discipline, as you well know. All students are expected to be fully engaged at home in the teaching and learning exercises as directed by their teachers. Your parents may not always be close by to check up on you. With a click of a button, you can stray from the classroom and yet appear to be present. I'm sure you're all aware of the tricks, and so are we. Physical endurance is also a main concern. Sitting in front of a screen for long hours is not healthy, so we invite you and encourage you to take breaks and exercise and have some playtime, some fun-filled time as well. There's also the challenge of a social disconnect. Not meeting your friends or getting the opportunity to enjoy your school environment. Eating a tasty roti from the cafe. Socialization is a key component of your holistic development, and something that concerns us greatly. The intellectual adventure that you're about to undertake, therefore, is by no means an easy feat. However, you have already proven to us that you are capable. So look forward, positive anticipation. Our goal is for you to develop capacities of knowledge, skills, and habits of mind that will equip you to thrive in an increasingly complex and interconnected world, becoming lifelong learners and people who care for humanity and the environment. I would like to emphasize strongly that no more than ever, you, and in fact all of us, need to pray daily. Even if it's for a brief moment, remember to give thanks to God for all His mercies and gifts, and to ask Him for guidance and protection each day. Printed on your school monogram, the simple Latin prayer, Domine nos dirige, which translates to God direct us. In closing, I would like to suggest that from time to time, you need to remind yourselves as to why you chose Presentation College to go on as your first choice school. Was it for the scholarships that we are famous for? Was it for academic excellence? A track record which we hold daily? Was it for a safe environment? Was it for holistic development through its many co- and extracurricular activities? Was it for its strength in instilling religious and spiritual values? Or was it because you'd make new lifelong friends and build memories that will put a smile on your face when you get older? My guess is a combination of all of these. Finally, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to all you parents who responded so kindly to the call for a monetary contribution, especially in these tough economic times. I guarantee you that these funds will be spent on upgrades for your son's safety and comfort. I would like to leave you boys with a translated verse from the Vishnu Mahapurana, and it goes like this. A person can achieve everything by being selfless, simple, and humble. Thank you, and may God bless you all. I hand over to our team, Mr. Mudika.
Thank you, Mr. Simangal, for that insightful, interesting, and informative discourse. We will now hear from Mr. Ian Edwards, the president of the PTAB, which works closely with our administration and alumni to ensure the continuous improvement of PCC.
Okay.
Second two, right?
Good afternoon to the students of the new Form 1 of Presentation College and to your parents. Gentlemen, as individuals, I have no doubt that you worked very hard to reach where you are now and that you feel very proud. You should be. But I ask you to reflect, lest you forget those who assisted you along the way. Teachers, parents, family, classmates, even the child that you sat next to in the school bus, whose shoulder you slept on after a long day of school. Everybody played a part. My point being, we each have a part to play, and working in teams is the way to succeed. I mention this because I represent the PTA, Parent Teachers Association. Our PTA is called Parents Teachers Advisory Board, and more fondly referred to as PTAB. And my name is Ian Edwards, the current president of PTAB. One of our mandates is to enhance our students' educational experience during their tenure here in the school. And we work very hard in partnership with the school administration, teachers, alumni, students, and friends of the college to achieve that goal. Our efforts, whether it's fundraising or otherwise, help support many of our student clubs and various school projects. I urge all of you to explore the school clubs, get involved, experience the camaraderie, figure out what you like, and more to the point, what doesn't like you. Now I turn my attention to the parents, who is actually my main audience. I ask that you allow your sons and encourage them to join the clubs and try things. It is sometimes a burden, but it's the way they learn. The saying, "It seemed like a good idea at the time," came from a man. Boys tend to do in order to determine. And sometimes we do wrong, or may I say not so right, but it's how we learn. Parents, like most PTAs, we also try to improve your experience here at the college. Our membership is a vibrant body, active, involved, and even through social restrictions, we continue to be a strong force in the activities of the college. Your sons, we urge you to seek us out, volunteer your time, your skill, and your knowledge. And just that visibility also encourages your sons to participate, focus, and as well to get involved. Our efforts can be viewed from so many angles. From school admin, it could be improvement in the classroom infrastructure. From students, it could be chess clubs, cricket clubs, robotics clubs, and many more clubs. But truthfully, our endeavors try to assist on many fronts, with our focus always being the students. We will be setting up parent WhatsApp chats with each class, which is one of our major communication tools, and asking for volunteer representatives to administer these chats. I warn you, the responsibility is not to be taken lightly. There have been some times where we have to return to the fold asking for other volunteers. The work could be hard, but once it starts working, it assists in so many ways. In normal times, PTAB would have hosted a meet and greet event where Form 1 parents would be involved, will be invited to get together and network in a casual way. Meet parents of your son's classmates, teachers, and of course the executive. To get to put a face to the name. Unfortunately, it isn't possible this year. So, stick a pin in it. Something to look forward to. In closing, I would like to thank you for the entrusting Presentation College with the next development stage of your son's growth. We, the PTAB, look forward to representing, engaging, and working with you. And to our new Form 1s, young men, school days are happy, happy days. Learn, enjoy, explore, and more importantly, keep a balance between them all. Do have a pleasant day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards. We will now hear from Sergeant J.C. Small, who heads the Community Police Division at Chaguanas, and has worked closely with the presentation family over the past 5 years.
Yes, pleasant evening, everyone. Are you hearing me loud and clear?
Yeah.
Nice. So, as was said before, I am Sergeant J.C. Small, person responsible for the community-oriented policing section of the Central Police Division. And as we speak, we are outside in the field. We are doing a community walkabout in the enterprise community, where the full staff from the community police, we have about 15 officers in our staff, and some of the things that we do are like school visits. We try to keep a really close relationship with the schools, and try to be proactive in our crime prevention and crime fighting approach. So, Presentation College and the children here logged in this evening together with the parents, I want to say a special congratulations to all of you for being able to go to such a prestigious school. It's a school at a really high standard in terms of discipline. From my own personal observation, is one of the best schools probably in the country with regards to how I observe the principal, the vice principal, and members of staff, really strong and disciplined. But what I want to do this evening is encourage you parents to really have some one-on-one talks with your children. And help them to understand that this is a totally new environment from what they are accustomed to. It's really a transitioning stage in their life, and it's important to have important talks with them. Now, although we're not in the physical school, some of the things that we observe as officers in terms of what happening are things like cyberbullying and people posting. Just yesterday, I saw one of my colleagues posted something with pornographic material, and let me tell you something. Whether we like it or not, children, young people will try to influence them. They'll be playing video games. I done a number of training that that highlighted even games like what is some of the games? Fortnite and whatever game it is. We have hackers who come into some of these platforms to try to influence your children negatively, to try to encourage them to smoke, to try to encourage them to drink, to try to encourage them to make pornographic videos. So it's important, really, really important for you to educate your children about the do's and the don'ts. It's important for you to supervise them on these platforms so that they wouldn't get themselves caught up in a situation where they are part of some police investigation. Because at the end of the day, they are children, and any information come forth that require police investigation, the police will do just that. And we don't want to have to put these children through these kind of situations. I mean, if things happen and the police have to act and the staff have to act, and so be it. But we could do a lot to prevent children from entering into these kind of situations. So I really, really want to encourage you all to instill that sense of discipline, supervise. Look at what's happening with your children on social media, because there are a lot of predators outside there that preying on children, and it's important that we do all that we can to protect them. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service have the Child Protection Unit that is based at Brasso. Now, usually the process, I'm just sharing all of this with you because there's information for you to know. All these children here are over 8 years old, right? And according to the Latin term dola incapax, if your child is 8 or over 8 and commit any offense, any criminal offense, the law is saying, or the authorities are saying that a child 8 and over capable of committing an offense. So anytime they do anything that implicate them in terms of the law, the police may have a power of arrest. And I'm just bringing it real to you. So I have seen within the past few months, even in the pandemic and even before the pandemic, children been arrested for offenses such as possession of marijuana. And now you know, if a child is found in possession of a marijuana and it's within any place that children gather, any school where you have children gathering, they will deem that possession of marijuana for trafficking. So even though your children small, I mean, they belong to a household. Sometimes parents, guardians, we don't have full control. Sometimes we on work. Sometimes we leave them in the care of someone. But it's important that we educate them about the do's and the don'ts. So even if it is they by a relative or somebody else supervising them, they of their own will have that sense or that mindset that here we're going on. This is wrong, and I don't want to participate in that. And encourage them to be able to feel comfortable to come to you. And if you want to encourage them to go to, well, probably tell the principal or the class teacher or guidance officer. I mean, what the guidance officers, as part of the student support services, are doing is so important too. But it's important that if it is, we see something, to say something. If our children have friends, interacting with friends, and something is revealed, probably in a game or in a conversation, and they realize that child life in danger, or that child's life vulnerable in some case, you know, encourage them to come to you, to feel comfortable to come to you, to address the situation. And we have to be each other's keeper, just to safeguard each other from, you know, the predators and, you know, most of the times that we're living in right now. So I just want to extend the number for the Child Protection Unit. Child Protection Unit number in Brasso is 486-3828, 486-3828, and 679-0474. 679-0407, sorry. 679-0407. Thank you, Officer Holwa. So you see, I have the whole team of officers here. We have Officer Mohit, Officer Holwa, Officer Seeley. We all always on the job, trying to do something to help. If it's not the school, it's the community. I mean, notwithstanding that Presentation College do have these type of issues. We have a lot of schools where children not logging on, and you know, parents, even though you're going to work, just follow up on your children and ensure that they would have logged on and tuned in for the day and get a certain amount of work done, or get the work for the day done, and that kind of thing. Because we have a lot of children not logging on. They have internet, some have, some don't have. Some have devices, some don't have. But I know a lot of the schools, you know, making provisions to assist. But it's really important that they keep focus. It's a difficult time. It's not the ordinary times. And in whatever little way these children want to recreate, once it's not breaching the laws of Trinidad and Tobago, if you're living close to Savannah and they want to take a little walk outside with them, they put on their masks and whatever, I want you to encourage them to relax a little bit sometimes too. I have seen in this pandemic here, where even children, you know, unfortunately, met their demise due to suicide. And you know, this month is Suicide Awareness Month. So I want to encourage you, I'm bringing up the toughest topics, because these are the topics where we have had some issues, and when it is we lost one child, two child lives, too much. So we want to do a lot of prevention, and the only way we could prevent stuff from happening is if it is we call it out and we educate children to safeguard themselves in these situations. So I don't want to take up too much time, but we outside on the field, as I said. What we do, one of the initiatives we started here in the pandemic is doing community walkabouts. So this evening we have about 14, 15 officers walking almost door to door to find out what are the concerns of residents in certain areas where we have any most crimes. We want to know who are the children, if they're involved in the police youth club. And I want to encourage you to encourage your children to be a part of some positive group, whether it's the police youth club, whether it's the scouts, whether it's the cadets. Let them join some organization which will give them that extra support. They'll be able to interact with their peers. Just recently we had something called Camp Imaginarium. It was a partnership initiative with the scouts, and it was a virtual event, really impactful. It was engaging. The children were able to do a lot of physical fitness activities to just you know, build their capacity overall. So thank you all very much. I don't want to take up too much time, but the office for the community police contact number is 671-5394, 6715394. And we have an email address, but I will always share that with the school. And if it is anything further you need to get information on, you feel free to liaise with the principal or the vice principal. They have our contacts. We're always in communication, and not for bad reason, but for every good reason, in terms of being proactive and safeguarding our children. And hence the reason why I'm here this evening. It was an invitation from the principal and vice principal and members of staff to have the sentiments of the community police and the police service, be a part of the session this evening. Part of our vision for the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is to make every place in Trinidad and Tobago safe, and this includes the schools. And children, I just wanted to do some research and understand. I am showcasing what I do in terms of community policing, and the mindset behind community policing is about proactiveness and is about partnership. And the partnership between the police, the schools, and the community is so important. So thank you all so much. I want to again wish you all the best and all God's blessings, and remain focused. And I know this evening here we have future pilots, doctors, attorneys, brain surgeon, marine biologists, business owners. We have some of the best amongst us here this evening. So I want to encourage you to put your best foot forward, and no matter what it is, you can excel and be the best that you can be in anything that you set out to do. The environment in the school is almost perfect. I know the principal, the vice principal, and members of staff work really hard behind the scenes to make sure that you all have all the resources in school to just have the perfect environment to learn. So all the best on behalf of myself and my staff from the community police. I want to, again, encourage you all to be safe and be your brother's keeper. Look out for each other. Don't encourage people to do wrong things. Don't bully people, not even if it's cyberbullying. All these things are offenses, and the police will be able to take action. You don't want to have to go down that road with you all. So thank you, parents, and feel free to contact us at any time. My number is 461-1211. 461-1211. And notwithstanding that I shared my number, any issue relating to your child in school, follow the line protocol. They have the guidance officers, they have the class teacher. You all follow that protocol. I just extend my number because we do a lot of community work overall, and I don't hesitate to be able to extend this work to anywhere where there is a need. So thank you again, Presentation College principal and members of staff, for allowing us this opportunity from the community police to just share with you this evening. God bless you all. Any questions? Right, so if no questions at this time, again, thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant Small, for your mentioning those pertinent issues that exist in school life. The presentation family acknowledges your guidance and support over the years. Thank you to you and your team, sir.
No problem at all. So I just gave them a little glimpse to show them that we outside here in the field, the officers, we all out. But we saw this as being really important, so I take a little 10 minutes to just share with you all.
Indeed, sir. Thank you.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a surprise and impromptu speaker, I present you your Spanish teacher, the well-versed Mrs. Davina Supnanan, who is very excited to start you off on your journey to being bilingual students.
Thank you very much, Mr. Modikan, for that warm introduction. I hope I do justice. Hola, buenas tardes, alumnos. Felicitaciones y bienvenidos al Colegio de Presentación en Chaguanas. Good afternoon, students. Congratulations and welcome to Presentation College, Chaguanas. I will be your Spanish teacher for the academic year 2021 to 2022. You are the second group of 4-month students who have written the secondary entrance assessment during the coronavirus pandemic. In fact, last year, the boy who placed first and 7th overall in SEA 2020 passed for Presentation College Chaguanas as well. He is now in Form 2 actually. It is no secret or debate that you have proven yourselves to be one of the most resilient Standard 5 classes. Despite your struggles, you have made it to this moment. To find strength in having overcome these obstacles, as they did not keep you from accomplishing this important dream. These last few weeks may not have been the celebration you imagined or the post-SEA experience you anticipated, but it is still your time. This is your opportunity to embrace adversity and let the fire do its refining. So today, as you officially begin the first chapter of your secondary school career, you can reminisce on a year or perhaps a lifetime of triumphs forged through setbacks, and be encouraged that you were born for such a time like this. In a decade or so, you will be the fresh, emerging leaders, bursting onto the scene of a weary world that so desperately requires your light, energy, ingenuity, resilience, and your vision. I look forward to teaching you Spanish and nurturing you to become the best gentleman of presentation you can be in both academics and sports. You will be inspired later by one of our US scholarship winners and champion triathlete, Chad Hussein himself. Chad was one of our most outstanding students. He was incredibly brilliant, but as a national triathlete, he was the fastest runner, cyclist, and swimmer in our school. I am telling you this to motivate you to be the best version of you, academically, in sports, and in other extracurricular activities too. Remember, there is debate, there is chess, there are many other extracurricular activities that you can do. As our principal said, make time to exercise and pray to God. And in this school, students do not limit themselves, but rather reach their highest potential. Hashtag proud to be Prez. Adios y hasta la semana que viene. Goodbye and see you next week. I'll now hand you all over to your Dean, Mr. Modi Khan, who will continue the proceedings.
Thank you, Mrs. Suknanan, for that wonderful speech and reminding us of how close we are to our Spanish neighbors. I would, at this point, like to introduce a very distinguished and handsome young man. Right, our Dean of Form 1 would have joined our college and served diligently for over the last 14 years. So I now introduce Mr. Rashad Modi Khan.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, Principal, Vice Principal, President of the PTAB, Mr. Edwards, distinguished guests, and to the parents and inductees of Form 1, a warm welcome to Presentation College Chaguanas. I am Mr. Modi Khan and I will serve as your Dean of Form 1 over this current academic year. Students, you have strived and persevered through this trying period of uncertainty amidst the ongoing pandemic. Since Friday, the 13th of March 2020 to be exact. And today, your initiation into the best college in the island is as a result of that immense dedication to your academics. Congratulations on your success. I have no doubt that you will all continue in this spirit of industriousness with your schoolwork as well as the plethora of extra and co-curricular activities we have to offer. In fact, if you have not already, I invite you all to take some time and skim through the college website, where innumerable activities and clubs are listed, just to whet your appetite a bit. Now, as you are already aware, all teaching and learning took place and continue to take place via the various online platforms, as mentioned by our principal, Teams, Zoom, and Google Classroom, just to name a few. With directives from the MOE and sound guidance from our dedicated administration, we have devised a comprehensive model of teaching and learning using the Google Classroom over the last academic year that many other schools have since adopted for their current academic year. Therefore, as we are directed to continue with remote teaching and learning, and just to reinforce what you may already know, I will give some guidelines for remote learning after mentioning the following important aspect of school life. As with any institution, there are rules and regulations that are applicable to students. Here at Presentation College Chaguanas, we have a concise list of rules and regulations that must be adhered to. For your perusal, the school rules and National School Code of Conduct are posted on the college website. Do ensure that you read through them carefully, understand and abide by the same, for when, God willing, possibly in the coming months, actual school restarts. Of course, a few of the rules are general and may overlap into the virtual setting. I will now outline some points that will be expected of you as you engage in the online learning. 1. A college email address will be assigned to each student. I believe you all would have received these already. You are required to sign in to the Google Classroom using that email address only. 2. The online timetable is posted on the college website. Familiarize yourself with the 10-day cycle system. You will be starting classes on Monday, the 20th of September, 2021, which would be the start of a new cycle and thus be day 1. 3. Choose a suitable space in your home environment that is conducive to learning and ensure that you are equipped with all the required paraphernalia for classwork. 4. Although you are at home, punctuality is of profound importance. Be sure to log in 5 minutes before class and register your name on the roll via the posted online form that your subject teachers will post in the classroom. Bear in mind, the MOE, Ministry of Education that is, receives this record of attendance and punctuality on a daily basis. You are required to remain logged on for the entirety of the session. If for whatever reason you are unable to attend class, you can inform your form and subject teachers via email. Additionally, when absent from class over a period of time for whatever reason, be sure to inform your form teacher, relevant subject teachers, and the dean via a single email. This can easily be done through your college email by adding all recipients mentioned or selecting a main recipient and CC all the others. 5. While uniforms are not mandatory for online classes, you are required to dress appropriately and have a neat appearance. 6. When signed in, exercise proper classroom netiquette. Keep your microphone muted to prevent any background noises or feedback that may disrupt the class. As well, keep your camera off to preserve bandwidth, as you may also have other siblings and parents using the same connectivity for school or work respectively. Furthermore, this helps with the audio quality. However, if requested by your teacher, turn on your camera for class. This is especially required for during assessments and exams. Listen attentively to your teacher and feel free to ask questions when necessary by using the raise hand feature in Google Meet. Wait to be acknowledged by the teacher before unmuting the mic to speak. Use the chat forum wisely. It is meant to facilitate constructive conversation around the lesson topic amongst members of the class. Also, please complete and submit your assignments on time. 7. Please respect teachers' intellectual property. Material in the form of notes, assignments, quizzes, assessments, etc., created by your respective teachers and posted in the Google Classroom for your learning is not to be shared with any other person or institution. This would be an infringement of the Copyright Act of 1997 and may lead to serious consequences. However, permission may be granted by your respective teacher upon request.
Did you call Zachary?
8. Parents, please help us make this new normal of schooling effective by ensuring that your sons follow all the guidelines that were mentioned by myself and the principal. We know that these are challenging and stressful times. Unfortunately, the school guidance counselor, Ms. Anne-Marie Singh, and social workers are available. Please utilize their services as necessary. Parents and inductees, once again, congratulations and welcome to the best college in Trinidad and Tobago. I know that I've dealt with more so the bureaucratic side of things, so it's about time to hear about this prestigious college from the point of view of one of our recently graduated all-round students, an intellectual, highly decorated athlete at school and national level, and former Shakonia House captain. Parents and inductees, it is with great honor I introduce Mr. Chad Hussein to address you. Thank you.
Good evening, parents, teachers, specially invited guests, and most importantly, our brand new pressmen. I would like to extend a warm congratulations to each and every one of you. You spent an entire year online, worked diligently and efficiently, sacrificed tremendously, and in the end, you are finally here. Welcome to Presentation College Chaguanas. My name is Chad Hussein, and I am a recent upper 6th graduate of this fine institution. Throughout my 7 years here, I have served as the president of the school's language club, captain of the school's running team, and house captain for Shakonia House. Currently, I am pursuing a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering at the University of South Florida on an honors scholarship. Now, unfortunately, I could not be here live with you all today, but nevertheless, thanks to technology, the show must go on. But that's enough about me. Now on to the 7 best years of your lives here at Prez. Now, everyone might enter as strangers, but throughout your time here, you will create countless memories, have unforgettable experiences, go on exciting field trips, make melodious music, play various sports, and in the end, you all will leave as brothers. Presentation College is not just all about academics. There are numerous extracurricular activities that you can be part of, spanning from Prez Day, inter-house football and cricket, sports day, debates, chess, badminton, music makers, language club, robotics, spoken word, art, and so many more. You will never have a dull moment here at Prez. PCC is home to a diverse range of students. There are leaders, athletes, debaters, musicians, artists, mathematicians, and scientists. The list just goes on. But don't be daunted by this account. Secondary school is a place where you figure out who you are meant to be. Everyone is unique and has its own path to create. So take it easy and the right pieces will fall into the right places. Seeing that we are still in a pandemic, you all are going to have to spend some more time behind the screen. So here are some tips tried and tested by me. Keep your phone on silent during class times. It will minimize distractions and keep you more focused. However, there will be some times when you have to use your phone, and that is okay. Just don't get carried away by it. Walk around your room from time to time in between sessions, because it's good to get the blood flowing through your legs, and sitting for long periods of time is very unhealthy. Use sticky notes to write important definitions, words, vocabulary, formulae, and stick them on your wall. It will make for easy reference and allow you to remember them more easily. Finally, you all are going to learn Spanish here at secondary school, and practice is key. Write down any new vocabulary words that you may learn in the back of your book and write the translation next to them. This will allow for easy reference when you need to find a word. Also, try listening to some Spanish music from time to time. You may not fully understand what is being said, but it will help you get accustomed to the language. As I come to a close, I want to leave you with this. PCC is a home away from home. The friends you make and the memories you create will last a lifetime. So go out there, do the necessary, and above all, enjoy it. Welcome to Presentation College Shogunas. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Chad Hussein. And now, we will hear from another student, Mr. Artri Dodal, another scholarly youngster who took the initiative to form the tennis club at Presentation College Shogunas. He was a model student and achieved all distinctions at CSEC and merited in all his subjects at Cape. A Prez man in many respects.
All right. A pleasant good evening to all parents, members of staff, our special guests, and finally, you, the new members of the Presentation College family, the students. Allow me to begin again by congratulating you all on your exemplary performance in the SCA examinations, which would have granted you a place in this prestigious institution. As you've heard, my name is Artri Dodal, and I am a recent graduate of the class of 2021. Presentation College will be the medium through which you all find yourselves, your new friends, your future colleagues, and secure your future. With the help of the best teachers you can find, the modern facilities, and the clean and safe environment, I can confidently say that you have chosen the best place to secure the next 5 or maybe even 7 years of your educational path. Now, as you all well know, things are quite different due to the pandemic. And as a result, there are quite a few responsibilities placed on you all gentlemen as students of this college. It goes without saying that you must respect your teachers and your fellow students in the online environment. However, I would like to make specific mention. I implore you all to seek out your new classmates, socialize with them, interact with them, bond with them, maybe make a Discord server or something like that so that you may interact outside of classes. Now, the reason that I say this is because the gentlemen that you see now, the gentlemen that are joining school with you, will now and forever be your brothers. You all will work together to overcome various obstacles, to solve various issues, and you will all succeed together. Now, to those of you who have been paying attention throughout the entire program today, you'd have been noticing that we are calling you all gentlemen. As you have passed for this school, you are now regarded as a gentleman of the presentation. Now, do not get complacent, for this title is one which you must earn every single day since you are now in this school. And you must do that through your actions. You must be respectful, you must be mannerly, and you must be kind to all people that you meet. To backtrack a little bit, I mentioned you will succeed with your peers. Allow me to share my own advice on studying. Now, while Forms 1, 2, and 3 aren't stereotypically difficult, again, I ask you all to make sure you understand and pay attention to all work being taught, for this is the foundation which you will base yourself upon in later years. And to share my father's advice to me when I was in the position that you are now in, he said, when studying, identify all topics which you need to know. From those, determine that which you do not know, and then ask your teachers, consult YouTube, tackle every single topic one at a time. There are so many resources available for you gentlemen in 2021 that I guarantee once you put in the effort, you will get your wants. Finally, to all the parents listening, your role is just as important as that of your children. Now, the reason I say this is, again, the primary reason for my own success is that I have 2 of the most inspirational and supportive parents that I could have ever asked for. Even now, as I pursue my medical degree, they stand by my side as my guardian angels. So I ask you to please ensure that your children are okay, ensure that they are managing. When they might be stressed, they might be tired, help them to keep things going one day at a time. Now, gentlemen, parents, and inductees to the family that is so very dear to me, enjoy your time here. Cherish the memories that you make and always strive to be better than you were yesterday. As I myself continue to carry the legacy and reputation of my own school, I now hand the torch over to you all, and I ask that you please safeguard the legacy of Presentation College Chaguanas and become gentlemen of tomorrow. Thank you, stay safe, and good luck.
Thank you very much, Trey. Very well executed. Gentlemen, we are drawing almost to a close here. Now I would like to introduce you to Mr. Rajendra Ramsundar, Technical Advisor at our school. I know many of you would have received in your email your new Presentation College Chaguanas email, that is, certain directives about the Autodesk program. Mr. Ramsundar, the very experienced Mr. Ramsundar, will explain that to you now. Thanks.
Okay. Good afternoon, all students, parents, all the listening staff of Presentation College Chabonas. My name, sorry. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So I say good afternoon again to all students, parents, and all staff of Presentation College Chabonas. My name is Rajendra Ramsundaria, and I would just like to do a short address based on what are the emails you would have received and some code of maybe practice you would have to practice during our term and throughout your Form 1 and throughout your stay here at Presentation College. So first of all, I would just like to congratulate each and every one of you on passing, and I would also like to commend you all on being such distinguished students of the presentation, right? So first of all, yesterday you would have received emails to activate an Autodesk account. A number of you would have replied to us letting us know that you had an age restriction, and some of you did not see the email as yet because when we were able to check it. So, okay, no problem. So when we were able to check it, we realized a number of you did not do so yet. So that is not a problem. We will urge you to do so. You have until tomorrow, until the entire weekend, to go ahead and do this activation. So let me tell you more about this activation. So what you're doing, a number of you all, those who did not activate your emails as yet, you go into your normal Gmail you would have used as either your parents or your mother or father email, and there you will see an email sent to activate your PCC account. Given to you is an email address and a generic password, right? So you go to a normal Gmail, right, and you enter the generic email and the generic password, right? The email will be yours for the entire stay at the college. Once you enter the password, you will be given an option to change your password as soon as you logged in. Once you logged in, you create your generic password or password unique to you. This password you keep very safely and you don't share it with anyone, right? And this way you will be using to access all your Google classes, all your Google Classrooms. Certain things you might need to use it for is mainly to check your emails and any drive or any other source that is affiliated with the school, right? So having done this, you will go and check your inbox and you will see an email sent there. An email with setting up your technical drawing, or an email telling you to download the Autodesk AutoCAD software. So you look on your inbox. If you did not get it, that's no problem. I would like you now to go to, if you did not see it, go back to your inbox and shoot us an email over. So when you type in your inbox, you can get anybody in the college. So go ahead and type in, if you wanted to message the administration, you type PCC administration and immediately an automated suggestion PCC admin will come up. If you want to message your form teacher, you use that form teacher name, you type it in and automatically the teacher name will come up, right? And you just mind you're only doing correspondence with your official college email. Do not message with your outside email because it would not show up on the teacher's inbox, right? So back again to registration for the TD, right? So go on your inbox and you're using your official college email to click the technical drawing AutoCAD website. Once you go on the website, you'll be able to fill out or follow the small few steps we put there and watch the instructional video, and you'll be able to fill out all of the required fields. Now, doing this, they will ask you for two important things. They will ask you for your end graduation date and your start date, right? The start date you're putting is the 20th of September 2021, and the end date is June 8, 2022. Sorry, July 8, sorry, right? So that will be for 1 year. So that is option 1, right? Option 1 is giving you the option to use your PCC email to apply for the free version of AutoCAD software, which lasts for 1 year. After the subscription ends, you can use your email again and use the same steps and reapply for Form 2, right? So I urge you now, if you did not see that email, as I said, go to your PCC email and email pccadmin@pcctt.org, and we will be happy to resend that email to you. And I said, you have until today, this evening, tomorrow, and over the weekend to do so. Someone will be there and be able to check it for you, right? Once you do that and you're able to get in, you can go ahead with option 1. Again, it's lasts for 1 year. After you put the correct start date and end date, you will be accepted into the AutoCAD community. After doing this, you will now be able to download the software, right? After you download the software, you go straight to your technical drawing classes, and that will begin from Monday. Now, the college also sent you an option 2. The option 2 is where you are able to get a version that is able to download to or be copied to your personal laptop, right? So this is a third-party source we offer. It's by someone, and the college is in no way affiliated with the person or anything. So you just, if you do want to get that subscription done, you can. We will post the relative or the relevant information on your emails. So if you do choose to get this option done or have it installed on your laptop, you can get it done, right? You can indicate that via email as well. Again, the college is in no way affiliated with this option, but if you do choose, you can go right ahead and let us know. This option does not last for 1 year. It's actually a full subscription and it does not expire, right? So if you choose to go this route, you go right ahead and email us, right? I think that is it. Once you make sure, remember every day as soon as you start classes, ensure that you check your email. Mr. Modikan told you, as soon as you log on in the morning, form teachers will have their role up. Ensure that you put your name on that role, because as he says, ministry records all of the attendance of you all, right? So regardless if your form teacher gave you the role or a subject teacher gave you the role, you fill it out on time, right? So just so that will be your AM and PM sessions. As a matter of fact, all of your sessions you need to record. So it's either for your subject teacher to know that you're there, or your form teacher to know that you're there, right? So any questions so far, students? All right, so with that being said, we will now have we will now have we go back to Mr. Modikan now. So I just remember, check your emails, do exactly as I said with the AutoCAD and you'll get through, right? So have a safe one, guys, and we'll take it from there. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Rajendra. Just to add from what Mr. Ramsundar just said, if you have any issues with regard to the Autodesk program, please call the school as early as tomorrow between 8:30 and 4. I'm going to call out the school number. It's 665-5752. I'm going to repeat it. 665-5752. All right, guys. Yes, we are quite near to the end here now. However, I invite now our vice principal, the very hardworking and school patriot, Mrs. Mylene Simon.
Good afternoon, students, parents, teachers, our dean, and our esteemed principal. My task is a very simple one, and it is simply to say a vote of thanks. But before I go there, I'd just like to congratulate all of you wonderful gentlemen of presentation. Welcome to our family. You have excelled, you've done very, very well, and we are so very proud of you. And we hope that your stay here at Presentation College will be a very memorable one, where you will leave your footprints in our sands. and you will take advantage of all of the facilities and become geniuses, because we know that you are going to work very, very hard and you are going to aspire for greatness, and I'm certain that you are all going to achieve your dreams. We are simply here to help you. And if you have any issues and problems, we are here to serve. So don't forget that. You know that we are there. We have given our numbers, our school phone number, and you can take mine as well. And that is 321-0707. Okay, it's 321-0707. So you can call me if you really have emergencies or you cannot get anything done or you have problems. I'd also like to tell the parents concerning the book list, if you're having difficulty, the PTAB will be doing a little sale or a drive where they can donate some books and all of that. So don't rush ahead and purchase every single book so fast. You can wait a little while until your teachers tell you what's going on. In case some of you can't get the books, we will try and see if we can get the Form 2s to organize and donate or sell you some, or even our Form 3s, especially for the physics for you and the biology for you. Those seem to be rather expensive books. Okay, so I'd like to say thank you to the principal for his speech. Mr. Modican, our dean, we'd also like to say thank you for giving you all of those informative instructions. Please make sure that you listen very carefully and do what has been told to you. We'd like to say thank you to Mr. Morales for his wonderful rendition of the national anthem. Coming up soon as well, we will be having our school song, which is version of the presentation. And those of you, I hope that they posted it up so that you can sing along, because it'll be the first time that you are going to sing that song in your school. And we'd also like to say thank you very much to Ms. Pedro for her prayers. And most importantly, you all don't know this, but you know we're in an era where we have to do a lot of things with technology. I'm definitely a dinosaur still. But we do have a wonderful crew. You met one of them, Rajendra Ramsundar. We have behind the scenes Lawrence Peter and Miss Trisha Singh. They have worked together and they have been tireless in trying to get everything to you. You see that whenever we start, we do have issues and problems, but it is sorted out. Okay, we like to do things live. That's why I'm still here. You know, some people post up things and that is their way because they're away from school and all of that, and that is also fine. So thank you so much to our trio there. We also have a virtual tour that's going to take about 22 minutes, so we're going to post that, all right? And that was done by Justin Samaru, Fayed Gosain, and Sarvadeva Bhagwandas. And they did this in 2 days' time. They really came to do some robotics work here, and they just volunteered. They said, Miss, we have to do this. This is the last thing that we'll be getting to do for our school. And they came ready to do the robotics competition, but I couldn't get them off the virtual tour. We had an all years one that was going to be done, but I said, no, we had new things that were done, and we wanted you all to see all the beautiful things. But we did walk you through, most of you. For those of you who did not get the virtual tour, feel free to come back to school on any day, because we are here every single day, Mr. Simongal and myself and the OJTs and the Clark 3. We are always here every single day, definitely between the hours of 8 to 2 at least. All right, so those of you who were not able to see the lab and the field and all of that, please bring your child and just call us and say you want to come in and do a tour, and we will gladly facilitate. And last but not least, we had two of our gentlemen who spoke about our school. Chad Hussein, who is not here with us, but who is at a university in the United States and is doing exceptionally well. And the last speaker was Atri Doddle. I have been teaching this gentleman for about 4 years, and I must tell you, I'm very, very much impressed with him. He's never been late to my class nor absent for the entire 2 years of biology, upper 6 and lower 6. So he did a marvelous speech, and I hope that all of you gentlemen, I'm seeing all of you, you know, twiddling and yawning and turning around. I know you're bored at this point in time, but welcome again to Presentation College Shogunas. Your stay, I hope, will be a marvelous one. And you see that large field at the back? I need for you to come and run in that field and play, okay? This school is your school, as I told you. You need to enjoy it. And I hope that those of you who haven't gotten vaccinated as yet, that if you're of age, you can get that vaccine so that we can open back our schools to our children, because education is extremely important and we are here to serve. On behalf of the entire staff at Presentation College Shogunas, which would be all of our teachers who have not featured during this time, we would like to say a wonderful welcome to all of the students and all of the parents and all of the extended family that they bring with them, which would be all of their grandmothers, grandfathers, the aunts, the uncle, because we know you didn't make it there on your own. You had so much support. So the staff of Presentation College Shogunas warmly welcomes you, and I hope that you can see them soon. They are a very hard-working bunch of individuals, and we hope that your stay here will be a very enjoyable one. If you have any problems, as I said, we are here in school. We've been here for the 2 years during the COVID pandemic when everybody took time off and were fighting to stay home. We were here every single day. So please feel free to call us and we can assist. Anything we can assist, we will do so. Have a wonderful day and God's blessings to all of you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Vice Principal, Mrs. Simangal. Mrs. Simangal spoke about our playing field, gentlemen. It truly is one of the best fields in the island, right? I know many of you would have followed CPL, which just concluded. That was when? Yesterday? Do you know that Ravi Rampal, Dinesh Ramdan, Jaden Seals all started their careers on that field? So when you step on that field, you step on that field as privileged youngsters. All right? So I do invite you, as Mrs. Simangal mentioned, to view the virtual tour that would be sent to your respective emails. We now proceed to our closing feature. We will have, once again, have Mrs. Pedro, and gentlemen, she will actually be your literature teacher, right? Mrs. Pedro, she's gonna do the closing prayer, followed by Mr. Morales with the school song to end the proceedings. I guarantee that you all will be singing this song long after you yourselves become graduates. Gentlemen, I will now bring this meeting to a close. I hope you have enjoyed all the contributions made. Do have a great afternoon. Proud to be Press.
So good afternoon once again. And yes, as Mr. Modikan said, I would be your literature teacher come Monday. And I know we will have a wonderful time. I know all of you love to read. So we'll have a fun time in literature class. So I'll see you guys on Monday. So please just bow your heads in prayer. Heavenly Father, we come before your presence to thank you for granting us this wonderful opportunity to have this orientation session. We are grateful for all those who attended and hope that they have benefited in some way. As we come to the end of this exercise, we pray for the administration of this school, bless them abundantly, and grant them wisdom and knowledge to run this institution in a godly manner. Once again, we pray for all teachers. Guide them as they perform their duties. Bless all parents as they continue to support their children in this new phase of their lives. And finally, Lord, bless all students of Presentation College Chaguanas, that they will continue to work hard and conduct themselves in a manner that will make us all proud. We say this prayer in your holy name. Amen.
Surgeon of the presentation, humble handmaid of the Lord, Mother by predestination of the one incarnate Lord. Bless the school and bless the soul, bless the school and bless the soul, when thy loving care we go. Bless the school and bless the soul, bless the school and bless the soul, when thy loving care we grow. In the pampered precinct dwelling, close to God immaculate, thou didst join the chorus swelling from its core to heaven's gate. Gather youth from every hill, gather youth from every hill, help us ever to do God's will. Gather youth from every hill, gather youth from every hill, help us ever do God's will. Virgin of the presentation, help us when life's task is done. At the end of our probation, present us to thy Son. May thy Jesus bid us come, may thy Jesus bid us come, when thou art in heaven throne. May thy Jesus bid us come, may thy Jesus bid us come, when thou art in heaven throne. Virgin of the presentation, of the handmaid of the Lord, Mother by predestination of the one incarnate Lord. Bless the school and bless the soul, bless the school and bless the soul, on thy loving care we call. Bless the school and bless the soul, bless the school and bless the soul, on thy loving care we call.
Right, gentlemen, you go off and have a great afternoon, you and your families. And see you in class on Monday at 8:30 sharp. All the best. Over and out.
Thanks.
Thanks so much, Virginia.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye.